I cannot trust politicians because they always lie through their teeth. If I had to trust any politician, it would be Sarah Palin because she understands what it is like to have a special needs child, such as Trick Palin. She loves him enough to accept him for who he is, while the immoral Obamanites dehumanize her son. She defends him even though she knows that she will be ridiculed as well. Politicians like George W. Bush, John McCain, Barack Hussein Obama, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, and the list goes on. If they had their way, they would force people like me to face the business end of a loaded gun. They support population control, and undesirable people such as myself will be the first people to be exiled or executed. Autistic males are often seen as dangerous rapists. If you do not believe me, there was an episode of Law and Order SVU where an autistic adult was a serial rapist. Quacks such as Mark and David Geyers describe autistic individuals as sex-crazed animals who can inflict serious damage to people. There is a rumor that the gunman of the Virginia Tech massacre was autistic, but that's just a rumor. During grade school, most of my peers and teachers looked at me with scornful eyes. These looks soon became actions and words that poisoned my heart with anguish and animosity. I was often seen and treated as a sex offender, even when I was little. Despite the prejudice that they held against me, they were afraid that I would bring a gun to school. When they displayed this fear, I felt as though I had power over them. To remain in power, I showed them graphic pictures of war casualties and executions. Even when I was upset, the administrators would consider armed police action against me. After my freshman year of high school, my peers and teachers began to love and encourage me, rather than fear and hate me. I would rather be the former than the latter, because I would be at peace, like I was when I was a child. While autistic males are often seen as dangerous sex offenders, autistic females are often seen as sex objects. I cannot tell you about the number of news reports of autistic girls who have been raped and molested. If one was to look at the comments on videos about autistic girls, even toddlers, he or she would see sexually explicit comments about the beautiful subjects of the videos. If society had its way, autistic males such as myself would be enslaved and executed. As for autistic females, the attractive ones, such as Heather Kusmich, would be sold as concubines, while the old and unattractive ones would share the same fate as autistic males. The hysteria surrounding autistic males is primarily due to the prejudicistic thoughts that autistic males sometimes express. These thoughts are usually expressed in non-physical matters, such as speaking, writing, drawing, painting, etc. These thoughts may be due to emotional pain caused by another person. As it is rare for an autistic individual to display physical, interpersonal violence out of malice. However, the mainstream media will always portray autistic individuals in a negative light because society is intolerant to anyone who is different. Just like in Louis Lowry's The Giver, where genetic scientists were trying to eliminate certain traits through genetic engineering, such as hair color. The mainstream media is very deceiving. It cares more about ratings instead of delivering honest information. Its idea of autism awareness is to bring up Jenny McCarthy and the debunked vaccine theory instead of discussing about what can be done to help autistic individuals live independent or semi-independent lives. End of part 2.